The continuous decline in air ticket prices has made more and more Chinese working in Cambodia choose to return to China in the near future, especially in Cambodia in recent years. A large number of industries have been impacted, and making money is no longer as easy as before. But after returning to China, they also need to face various difficult situations. Reporter, Xie Shanlong. Editor, Maggie Pan. In September, Chen Yi and her husband closed the hardware store in Phnom Penh and returned to China with their children. But what to do after returning home? They don't have a clear plan. Today we are shopping at Walmart, and the traffic is less than 1/5 of the way before. The economic downturn in the country is evident. The epidemic, which lasted for 2 years, inevitably caused a huge impact on the domestic economy. Lu Yan runs a clothing store on the downtown streets of Luzhou, Guangxi. Before the epidemic, she went to Cambodia to develop, leaving the shop to her parents. But the ongoing epidemic eventually made business unsustainable, and in September last year, her parents discussed with Lu Yan to close the store. In August this year, Lu Yan finally waited for the price of air tickets to drop and could not wait to return to China. Originally, she planned to return to her old business and reopen the clothing store. But when she arrived at the former store location, she found that not only did her shop seem to have been unrented for a long time, but the surrounding shops were also closed a lot, and the shops that were also open were almost open, and almost completely changed batches. Lu Yan found a nearby lady who was still opening a shop. The two had met before the epidemic, and the other party told her that the important reason why her home could barely maintain was because the store facade was its own and did not require rent, so the cost was much lower. However, in the past 2 years, many of the surrounding shops have chosen to close. Not only that, but many of the vacant stores could not find a business to take over. Lu Yan was deeply surprised by her hometown's economy. After much deliberation, she gave up the idea of opening a store right away. A set of data shows that there are a total of 90 million self-employed households in the country, and 3.1 million will be written off in 2020 alone. Nearly 10 million physical stores will close in 2021. It is equivalent to 13 million physical stores written off and closed in 2 years. It is not only the difficulty of employment in physical stores, but also the difficulty of employment. Hu Luoming returned to Guangzhou in July this year, but has not yet found a suitable job. After returning to China, he was engaged in internet work in Cambodia and found that the domestic internet industry had been rolled to the extent that it was difficult for him to adapt, and even a large number of companies were laying off employees, and those who competed for the same position with him were young graduates of famous universities. Mr. Haroman's salary in Cambodia reached 30,000 yuan a month, but now he has lowered his forecast to 25,000 yuan. He plans to return to Cambodia if he still can't find a suitable job a month into the next year. Originally, Hu Luoming hoped to be able to return to China to accompany his children to grow up, but the pressure of housing loans weighed heavily on his shoulders, which was a helpless choice. In addition, the market environment for a large number of manual jobs is also very difficult. Not long ago, because the wage arrears at the Cambodian construction site were too serious, Yao Yu had a hard time surviving in Cambodia in the past 2 years, and after deducting daily expenses, he did not save a penny. Originally, he wanted to try harder to see if he could get to work.